Hey, what's up, world? Welcome to Snack Size, the podcast that will drag you into your most fabulous life. I'm your host, Lala Luzious, also known as the snack of the Twin Cities. I decided for myself that I can be whatever I want to be, so I decided to be a drag queen. And if I can live my dreams, you can too. The time has come to believe in yourself enough to turn your ideas into more than mere words. And no matter what you are doing in life or where you want to go, I want to help you get there fabulously. Our 10 minutes starts now. Hey snacks! Welcome to my very first episode of Snack Size, and if you're listening, thank you so much for being here and beginning this journey with me. You may have no idea who I am, and that's okay. I have no idea who you are, so we have that in common, and it's already great to meet you. I want to start off this episode by asking two questions, and the only thing I ask in return is that you be completely honest with me. I know that's a little bit difficult because we just met, but if you know anything about drag queens, it's that we're completely honest, and I'm always going to keep it real with you. And in return, I want you to keep it real with me. So if you want to, imagine that I'm someone you trust completely. Maybe that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your best friend. Doesn't matter who. Just pretend it's someone that you trust. My first question is, are you living the life of your dreams? Take a moment and let that sink in. Are you living the life of your dreams? Do you wake up every day, look in the mirror, and say, this is 100% without a doubt the life I've dreamed about? If you can say that, then I am thrilled for you. And I want you to email me and tell me how you did it so I can put it in this podcast. But maybe you can't say that. And I want you to know, from me, someone who would consider themselves living a fulfilled life, that it is okay and you aren't alone. The other day, I was enjoying my morning snack and putting together what I wanted to talk about in this podcast series, and I was reading an article in the Huffington Post, and it said that 900 million people in 142 different countries are unfulfilled with what they do in life. It then said that in the US alone, 70% of people who are working are unhappy and don't care for what they do. That makes me so sad. And what's even scarier to think about is that those are just the people who are willing to talk about it. So many people live in silence every day about not being happy and fulfilled in their lives. So that leads me to my second question. And again, I want you to answer honestly. Very simple. Why not? Some people will say things like, I won't be successful, or I'm too young, or I'm too old, or I'll do it one day. Sometimes people feel because they don't have money or time or other resources that they feel they can't make their dream happen. Others are scared of failure or being judged for their decisions, and so they choose easier and safer paths than the one that they truly want. All these statements are valid. Fear and doubt is a natural part of being human and growing into your own. But what I want to tell you right now, that these are not reasons. They are excuses. Excuses that hold us back from once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, especially the one to change so that you can live your best, happy, fulfilled, and most fabulous life. So again, I ask you, why not? Why settle for anything less than the life that you dreamed of? At the end of the day, we're all a product of the decisions we have made. Your friends and family aren't going to look back on their life and regret a decision that you didn't make. So why wait? Stop listening to excuses as to why you can't or why it won't work, and instead, prove yourself wrong. Let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Kevin, but my friends call me Lala, which is my drag name, and since we are now becoming friends, you can call me Lala too. I'm 31 years old, and I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. By day, I run operations in a call center in corporate America, and by night, I transform and I perform all over the Twin Cities as a fabulous drag queen. When I'm on stage, right before I'm about to go on, there is a magical moment, and it happens every time I'm on stage, when the spotlight hits and the music starts and the crowd is filled with anticipation, waiting to see what I'm going to do. It's like I have them in the palm of my hand and I'm ready to entertain them. It's a moment where my fears and insecurities leave my body and I feel strong and empowered, majestic, invincible. It is that moment when I know I'm fulfilling my passion and living my purpose. But it wasn't always that way. Even though now I have confidence and passion both in and out of drag, I remember a time when I struggled with, well, everything. My journey to where I'm at in life now is filled with mistakes, failures, embarrassment, and even anger, both at myself and others. I want to tell you about the me 8 years ago. It was one of the lowest points in my life. I had recently failed out of college and I was working a dead-end serving job that couldn't pay my bills. And to be honest, I wasn't great at managing money at the time either. So ultimately, I got evicted from my apartment. I had nowhere to go, so I packed as much of my belongings as I could in a backpack, which was pretty much nothing, and I was homeless. I had some toiletries, my work uniform, a couple outfits, a laptop, and my phone charger. That was it. So what I did was I would eat for free at work because we got a free meal every shift, and if I made enough at work to pay for a motel room, I did that. And if I didn't, I had a friend who would let me crash on their couch. So one day, I was on my friend's couch, and all of this happened so quickly, I just kind of jumped into survival mode, and I never had a moment to breathe and process the fact that I was homeless. And I just started crying. But it was in a way I had never cried before. It was like it hit me all at once that I had fucked up my life. So I just had this deep, emotional cry. And when I calmed down, Oprah was on the screen. And as you know, with Oprah, it's always something uplifting. But what she said changed my life. She said, "You are waiting on something better, but something better is waiting on you." That really resonated with me. Nothing changed right away, but to this day, I still hold on to those words. So fast forward a couple years, I have a place and a job, doing better than I was, but again, not living a happy and fulfilled life. I was short on rent, and I saw a post on Facebook for an amateur drag contest, and you could win $500. Well, at the time, my rent was $500. I had done drag a couple times in college, and I loved it, but at the time, I had other goals and never focused on it. So I entered the competition, and I won. Not only did I win, the club started hiring me regularly, and that is how I began my career as a professional drag queen. It was also the same time that the life I had dreamed of, the one that I felt fulfilled and had purpose, began to take shape. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the answer to your problems is being a drag queen, but if you want to, that's great, and you should definitely do it. I know for me, it has changed my whole life. What I am saying is that if you want something in your life, if you have goals you want to achieve, dreams you want to come true, physical or metaphorical mountains you want to climb, and you want to live your most fabulous life, but you just aren't quite there yet, or don't even know where to start, I want to tell you that the only thing stopping you is you. Yes, there will be challenges, mistakes, and hurdles, but I want to tell you that the only permission you need to follow your dreams is your own. And your dreams are out there, waiting for you to find them. Now at this point, you may ask yourself, why should you listen to me? What is different about me than other self-help books, videos, or podcasts that you have listened to before? Well, I'll be honest, I'm not a doctor or a self-help professional. There are definitely times in life where you may need one of those people, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Keep that in mind for a later episode. What I am is a person, just like you, who had a dream that at one time I didn't even think was possible, and I made it come true. Drag has given me so many experiences in which I meet a lot of people. More importantly, I meet a lot of different types of people. I have worked with some of the most interesting personalities this world has ever seen. No two people are ever the same, but I've noticed that no matter who I meet, we are all working towards the same thing. The pursuit of a happy and fulfilled life. For me, it's drag, but for you, that may mean something different. Maybe it's getting your degree, owning a home, getting out of that boring job and starting your business. Maybe it's building a life with the person you love, or starting a family, or finally pursuing a hobby that you have always secretly wanted to try. Maybe your life is filled with doing things that don't make you happy, or worse, make you feel empty, and you want to start living your life for you. I'm here to tell you that no matter what your happy or fulfilled life looks like, it's yours if you want it. And actually, it's what you deserve. How do I know this? Because I made it happen for me. And now I'm living the life that I dreamed. And guess what? Now I have more dreams, and I work hard every day to make those dreams come true too. So from one human to another, through this podcast, I want to share with you how I changed my life, and I know it will help you change your life too. Actually, this reminds me of a line from one of my favorite books as a child, Charlotte's Web, when Charlotte tells Wilbur, "You have been my friend." That in itself is a tremendous thing. What's a life anyway? We're born, we live a little, we die. By helping you, perhaps I was trying to lift my own life up a trifle. Heaven knows anyone's life can stand a little of that. If you're still listening, I can tell we're going to be great friends. Let's lift each other up. And the next time you tell yourself that you can't, ask yourself, why not? Don't be afraid of your own potential. Hey Snack, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, you can get every episode of Snack Size on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Let's keep the conversation going. If you have questions or feedback, don't be afraid to say hello at lala@snacksizepodcast.com. And if you want to support my podcast, head on over to paypal.me/snacksizepodcast. Until next time, go be fabulous.